I thought that the thing that really pulled me in was Mia Goth.
Oh yeah,
Mia Goth. This is her movie, man.
Yeah,
and
she's a co-writer.
She's great, and she knows it. She's an executive producer on here, and she's the co-writer, and it's almost like she was in those roles just to make an expensive ass demo reel, just to show people just how good she is. Or how crazy she is. There are moments I was watching this and I was like, I don't think that's acting. she's too good. Let's just say I would not. If she was my girlfriend, I'd break up with her after we made this movie.
Like if you were dating her and she said, well, come to the premiere with me, like those would be great. Walk the red carpet, see other celebrities. You sit there and watch that movie, you would dip out.
Halfway
through. Act like you go in the bathroom and just ghost her.
I say you were too convincing in this shit for me to be staying with you. Hey everyone, Double Toasted live in Las Vegas is coming up very soon, October 8th. Join us for a night of comedy, music, games, and a big after party. This is going to be our first time doing a show in Las Vegas, so it's going to be a very special night for us, and we want to share it with you. And if you've never been to a Double Toasted show, ask anybody. It's tons of fun. It's just like one big party that we're sharing with friends. And like I said, we want you to be there. So go get your tickets now by going to x1entertainment.com. X is considered one of the best horror movies of this year by a few people out there.
He don't know what we're doing, does he?
Well, it's better to beg for forgiveness and ask for permission.
My wife is not well.
This was a weird one, and I actually enjoyed it a lot.
Man, I just watched it yesterday.
Oh, what did you think?
Yeah, it's a movie.
I did not like it too much.
I mean, I didn't dislike it. I just wasn't hyped for it.
Yeah, I enjoyed this a lot.
But I get why you do. It's not where I'm like, man, why you tell me to watch that shit? I was like, no, it's a quality production.
No, I enjoyed the hell out of this movie, man. Enjoyed it a lot, and a lot of people out there did also. But for those who enjoyed it, such as I did, little did we know that while this movie was getting prepped for release, old Ty West, you little sneaky devil, he was out. I think he was out of the country. I think he was in the Netherlands, maybe, filming a prequel. Cause he knew. He said people gonna like my shit,
and if they don't, they gonna like this next one.
No, they don't. Then the hell with them. Yeah, a prequel was being secretly shot, centering, and we just showed it over here. You could see, and a lot of people, if you've seen this, then you know who we're talking about. The prequel was centering on the murderous and horny old ass woman Pearl.
I saw Pearl, and then I watched X. Do you know why I was confused?
No, I do not.
Okay,
I don't. But I don't want to spoil anything. Right, but I don't. But I don't. But you know, again, I don't begrudge you your confusion.
Okay.
If you have it.
All right, because there's something kind of basic right there, even in that frame.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I see what you're saying, but I got it. Since we're talking about Pearl, when last we saw her, she was the old, crazy, murderous, and very horny old woman from X. Now we're going back from 1979 and taking it way back further to 1918. We had a young Pearl, and there's chores to be done, and who's gonna help take care of your sick father if you're gone out there having all these dreams and hopes? You better get your ass back to work. Help me, girl. Quit being so ungrateful. Ungrateful for all the good things I do for you. Keep your belly fed, give you a roof over your head, and all I ask you to do is just to sacrifice your life for everything else on this farm.
Plus, your husband might be coming home from the war any day now.
We learned that, you know what? Maybe Pearl was never right. You know, and always horny. And maybe her mom knows something that none of us do. None of us are aware of. Maybe mom is doing what exactly she's supposed to do by keeping the world safe from Pearl. Not leashing this girl among the world. Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer, which is the sequel to X. Prequel. X being about a group of porn producers and actors who go off to make a porno on a spooky farm. There was a time when that farm was not so spooky. Actually, it was kind of beautiful, even with all the crazy stuff going on. Let's go ahead and take a look at Pearl, the prequel to X, and we'll be back with our reviews.
Where you going with that?
No, wait a minute, Pearl. Now, hold on. I ain't even done. Quick!
I mean, you were cool.
Like he wants to run so bad, but he's scared. Well, come on, Pearl. Now, hold on. Now, we can get along.
I know what I've done.
Movies insane, okay? Let me just get that out the way if you couldn't tell already. But I have to say that I absolutely love how director Ty West is using this and X as a way to pay homage to horror, or just go in and play with just different styles of filmmaking.
I do greatly appreciate that. Watching Pearl and then to see X and go like, man, the directorial style is so completely different.
Yeah, watching X was like a more perverted satirical ode to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you got to be pretty up to out weird Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They put a lot of effort into it. Pearl, on the other hand, is like a 40s or 50s Technicolor film gone horribly wrong. It's almost like he took horror and just decided to bring it to a whole new different genre in a way. And I even hesitate to call this horror because, I mean, it is. Don't get me wrong. It is definitely heavy elements of that there, but this is more of a gothic thriller, because it's not about the kills. This is more of a character piece. Just looking at a woman just go mad, just go insane, who probably was already there.
It was a short trip.
It really was. That's why I say she was already there. It just see how she escalates even more. You could tell that Ty West is having fun.
He was innocent.
Well, I'm talking about in the very beginning. For about 5 minutes, it seems like we might be watching a movie from the 50s. And I would love you to take somebody who knows nothing about this and freak them the out.
Well, it might almost be better. Like I said, I was confused because watching this and then I go watch X, and Mia Goth, who plays Pearl in this, is in the X, but not as Pearl. So I was just like, wait, what am I missing here? What's going on?
They just look alike. That's all.
Right. Yeah, I had to go like, okay, that's just Ryan Murphy does that all the time. So
that's the
play
thing.
Different roles.
And in X, that plays a big role because Pearl, if you haven't seen X, Mia Goth is playing two roles. She's playing a girl named Maxine, and then she's playing Pearl, the old woman. And the whole thing is that Pearl sees a lot of herself in Maxine. Like, that's how I look back in the day, which makes her even crazier because she sees her actually performing and being on camera, even though it's a porn film. And that's one of the things I liked about this because it's you don't have to watch X to watch this.
No.
But if you do, it does enhance this a little bit because what Pearl sees with them making that porn film, it makes her crazier because she always wanted to be someone. And when she sees them making a porno, she even feels kind of like, damn, I might even have my chance in porno back in the day. And because she's watching stag films in this.
Right.
So there's a lot of cool ways that these movies in style contrast each other very much. But theme-wise, there's a lot of stuff that connects and kind of parallels each other.
It's similar to the two Orphan movies, and even Better Call Saul with Breaking Bad, where the prequel comes after.
Yeah.
And you don't have to watch that first. It's still better to watch the other one and then watch the prequel because it informs it and gives you a richer experience.
Yeah. Like I said, if you're able to watch both of them, and especially if you watch the X before, it does make for probably a slightly better viewing experience. But I think this is fun enough to where it doesn't rely on that. It might make you want to go back and watch X even after you see it.
Now, I appreciate the artistry of this, but I didn't appreciate the movie until about halfway through. Because at first it's so, like, that juxtaposition of it being so Technicolor and very 50s and bright. Like somebody elbowing me in the rib, like, huh? I was like, yeah, okay, all right. I know these people like this. It's not really doing it for me. But about halfway through, when shit started getting more serious, I really got into it then.
Oh,
and,
yeah?
and the movie is is gross, and you know, I mean, it's still you know got that humorous edge, but I was more into what was going on.
Yeah, I thought that the thing that really pulled me in was Mia Goth.
Oh yeah,
Mia Goth. This is her movie, man.
yeah
and
she's a co-writer.
She's great, and she knows it. She's an executive producer on here, and she's the co-writer, and it's almost like she was in those roles just to make an expensive ass demo reel, just to show
Yeah.
people just how good she is. Or how crazy she is. There are moments I was watching this and I was like, I don't think that's acting. she's too good. Let's just say I would not. If she was my girlfriend, I'd break up with her after we made this movie.
Like if you were dating her and she said, "Well, you come to the premiere with me," like those would be great. Walk the red carpet, see other celebrities. You sit there, and watch that movie. You would dip out
Halfway through.
Act like you go in the bathroom and just ghost her.
Shh, I said you were too convincing in this shit for me to be staying with you. That's the biggest compliment I can give her. If I was her boyfriend, I would break the up with her after watching this movie because she's too crazy. But she's excellent, man. She's amazing in this film. This feels like a vanity project because so many scenes of her are of her alone. You know, she's monologuing or she's doing something eccentric or weird. She's yelling at her mom in some scenes. But the thing is, all those scenes are great, man. I love them. I love the scene. And this is what I love about the filmmaking too. Because, I mean, for this to be a horror movie, Ty West is just playing around with so many different things in here. Like even playing around briefly with the musical or a musical number. And there's not singing in it, but there's a dance number in here. And the artistry, the art direction and production on that, and even the choreography, and all of it was really cool, man. You know, she dominates every time that she's on screen, man. And you know, the funny thing is, there were so many of those scenes where she's alone. Those scenes are also built for suspense too.
I really felt bad for everybody she killed.
Man, because the thing is, you know, anytime she's alone and she's monologuing or she's doing something, it's usually somebody else there who's trying to be nice to her.
Yes.
There's somebody else there who's listening. And I'll tell you why I love that too.
And then halfway through, they start going, "Oh shit, I gotta
Yeah.
get out of here."
Like even that scene with that duck, man. I won't talk, Pearl. I ain't gonna say. I won't say nothing about it. You know that duck came in there to actually, or that goose came there to say, "Hey, you know what? Damn, good job, Pearl." Because Pearl had danced all around the bar and everything. The goose came in like, "Hey, what's going on in here, Pearl?" Oh no, because
I ain't seen nothing.
yeah, the goose came in to actually like say, "Good job, Pearl. Yeah, you're pretty good." And she's like, "You gonna tell my mom, ain't you?" "No, Pearl, no. I won't talk." Nah, man. Yeah, the encore did not go well.
Yeah, she just had an urge to kill stuff.
Yeah, man. But a lot of those scenes, they're great because when she's monologuing or she's alone dancing, it's gonna end bad. It's either gonna end in a murderous kind of way, or she's just going to lose her mind. And it's none of this is gonna go down easy. Those scenes of her, like that scene with her at the dinner table,
Yeah.
with her mother, very intense, man. Very intense. And this goes to show you that it does take a lot of times another actor to prop you up, because there was a lot of people who actually made those scenes better because they were actually helping out
Sure.
Mia Goth. And Mia Goth was the one that was shining in those scenes, but everybody else was so good with her, man. That scene right there at the dinner table, that was crazy. I was on the edge the whole time. Shit, even HelloFresh couldn't help them.
Don't pair that with HelloFresh.
Okay. All right.
You gonna lose that sponsorship.
Oh, you know what, Mark? Let me just say this. If they had HelloFresh,
Oh no.
all of that would have been just fine. Just fine. They never would have been arguing. They never would have been killing each other and doing all that foul stuff.
If you say so.
I say, you know why I say so, Martin?
Why?
Because America's number one meal kit, man. Could have helped them out. A lot of people they're about to lose their mind this fall. People going back to school.
Yeah.
Some people even going back to the office now, going back to work.
I know. I read an article that said bosses have said enough is enough. Get your ass back in the office.
I tried to be nice. I thought y'all would get the hint and get your ass back to work. But hey, now I got to tell you, get your ass up. But my kid, I'll get. But hey, thing is, a lot of people going to be busier now. A lot of people going to be busy with school, work, family. Kids are coming home hungry and everything. This is the perfect time to get HelloFresh, man. HelloFresh, they got you covered, man, with a weekly selection of 30 plus recipes and 70 items that are all delivered to your door. 25% less expensive than takeout. And don't even get started on the restaurant. Even save you some money on groceries, man.
Good deal.
You would think going to the grocery store and buying groceries would be cheaper, but no, they even save you money on going to the store. The other thing with this is that not only they're saving you money, but they're saving you time, Martin.
I love my time.
Time is money for some people. And they got, most of the meals are set up to be 30 minutes or less when you prepare them. They even got these quick and easy meals that are 20 minutes or less to prepare. Low prep, which means that not a lot of cleanup in the kitchen when it's done. You get to start eating and hanging out with your family and friends a lot quicker, man.
Nice.
And I can attest to that. Like, I haven't cooked in a long time. I was impressed at how I'm gonna be honest with you. The first time I cooked something, it took me about 50 minutes because I was scared.
Of course.
So I'm gonna burn this up. But once I got used to it, we started doing other ones. We would
peasy.
breeze through there. Yeah, I'm talking about myself and Mia, who loves doing this, man. And look, you mix and match it the way you want. Go extremely one way or the other, or do a combination, man. You know, you need some protein with your veggies, and go ahead and get yourself a little meat on there, and vice versa. And now they're also into doing desserts. They have snacks and wholesome desserts and stuff that you can cook with your kids too. You know, keeping the whole family in mind, man.
That's good.
Yeah. And always something new on the menu. They were preparing stuff seasonally. They still do. Yeah. And they had a summer menu. They had a spring menu. I think they probably might be getting a fall menu together. But they always, hey, HelloFresh is not called HelloFresh for just the kitchen and cooking. They keep the recipes fresh, Martin.
Well, that is the thing. Some fruits and vegetables are seasonal. Most of them are. We just have these plants that are able to pump stuff out to us anytime we want. But if you want the best quality, you buy certain things at certain times of the year.
How about this? HelloFresh saves you money, saves you time, but they still want to give you more. Go to HelloFresh.com/doubletoasted16. Use the promo code doubletoasted16, and you're going to get 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 free gifts. That's right. You heard me. Out of all the stuff they're doing for you, they still want to give you gifts. If your life is going to be busy, your schedule is going to be hectic, you owe yourself to do this. Save yourself some time, save yourself some money. I use HelloFresh all the time, and I've always enjoyed it. And I want you to also enjoy it as well. I want to thank HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit, for sponsoring this portion of the show, and also to all of you out there for your support, as always. I was just talking about how everyone is good in this. I do think everyone is good in this, man. Because mainly everyone's reacting to Pearl's crazy ass.
Sure.
And the way they do that is hilarious most of the time. And listen, and the characters, to me, I would be curious to see how you feel about it. But the characters, to me, don't play to the obvious, man. I think they do a lot of good writing for these characters.
Well, that's why I cared. I felt bad when bad things. Well, when she being the bad thing happened.
Yeah, like the projectionist, man. David Corenswet, I think his name is. He plays Howard the projectionist. At first, he's introduced to be like what potentially looks like a sleazy character, but the character doesn't play out like that. He actually seems to understand Pearl. He's showing Pearl some pornography, not because he's trying to, be a sleaze and get her into it. He's just kind of like, you just look like you need to break free. You need to let loose and do the craziest thing out there.
Yeah.
Also, again, that kind of connects back to X, where there was a new technology that was going to bring in a new era of porn there. It was kind of like, hey man, these films that they're showing, hey, there's this new thing out there.
Right. He's like, these stag films, they're blowing up.
People feel, that's new. You know, it's almost like they also did it because they want to kink shame the audience, you know. But he didn't, no, he's not a sleazy guy at all. He just said, you know, these people, I got this from France over in Europe where people is free. Hey, maybe you need to try it. You know, I would really appreciate the way that character played out. They also had, what's that?
That projection, that actor, that's another one of those cases of that guy's way too muscular for the 1917.
Well, you are. Man, let these people live. Let this man be swole. Come on now.
You're like, every time the phone rings, Marvel? Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. No, I'll get you paid next week. I promise.
He might have been working out with them dumbbells with the bars on the end, with those balls, those big black balls on the end.
The dumbbells.
Them barbells with them big black, big black balls on the end. Right. Yeah. Let that man live. Marty, you want to let him be healthy. She's got a sister-in-law. Let's see if I can find a picture of her. And I like the sister-in-law in this, man. Yeah. Her sister-in-law Mitzi, who's I forgot the actress that is playing her, but Mitzi, you can see she's blonde, she's pretty, and you know you could almost imagine her coming up and being kind of shitty to Pearl because she's just a simple farm girl, but. Nah, man, they really want you to feel bad for anybody that is a potential victim. Because I'm not going to tell you anybody that gets killed or, you know, anything like that. You have to see the movie for that, man. You're bad for anybody that's a potential victim of hers because everybody treats Pearl nice. Pearl's biggest enemy is Pearl.
Yeah. Well, her mom also.
Yeah, her mom is driving her crazy. And her mom, I thought, was great, man.
I love that her mom is German and it's pre-World War II. So she's a Nazi sympathizer, but they don't make a big deal out of it.
No, I know, man. It's almost like, oh, this poor old woman right there.
Because it's before America's really in the war with them.
Yep. Tandy Wright plays the mom here, and beautiful in real life. They ugly her up here because they want to make her look like, you know, a really mean person. She's actually really beautiful in real life, but she is she's extremely overbearing in this movie, man. And, you know, and I would say that that's probably where the movie does play a little bit more predictably, because you know what we have here is nothing different from what you see in a lot of movies where you have the overbearing parent that drives your kid crazy, like Carrie. Or something like that. But Tandy Wright is so good, and her scenes with Mia Goth are so good that it's all worth it, man. Even if you have seen that kind of theme before, you know, it's some very, you know, these actors are incredible, man. In this, that's one of the things I was really impressed with. That's why I was like, you know, when you say horror movie, man, you're gonna think this thing is just a big blood or gore fest, and it's not. There's a lot of stuff that happens in this movie where they go for a long time without any violence.
So, do you consider this a thriller rather than a horror movie?
In a way, yeah, in a way, like a gothic thriller, man, because, you know, it's not, like I said, it's not about the kills. It's not, like, listen, maybe I'm kind of used to this kind of horror or whatever, but it didn't really seem as gory as it could have been.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say it's, because, again, it's more of a character study than it is more, you know, like straight out horror in a way. But, yeah, I mean, but if people say it's horror, I can see that, too.
Barbarian, you think of that as horror or thriller?
Horror.
Okay.
Yeah.
What pushes it over for you?
I can't say.
Okay.
But yes.
Okay.
But man, while I'm talking about the actors in this movie, I gotta give it up. I gotta give it up for my man in the wheelchair.
Oh, jeez.
I forgot. That man was, I forgot that. I'm going to look at this actor's name, but man, somebody tell me this actor's name, because he for somebody who's stuck in a chair for the whole movie, he was acting his ass off. Those eyeballs deserve Best Supporting Actor nomination, because there are moments when shit is going down, you're like, what the if I can get out this chair and jump out this room right now, I'd leave. But he can't do nothing. Like when shit goes down, he does. Sure. This man does so much with his eyes.
Yeah.
Like when they're arguing, he's like, I wish these bitches would just shut up. And then when shit's going, like Pearl is like walking towards him sometimes, like, oh, he wants to yell help so bad. This moment, it was almost like those eyeballs wanted to jump out of his head and run away. That dude was great, man. Yeah, I wish I could remember the guy's name. If anybody gets that guy's name, let me know. As I say, you don't have to see X to really watch this movie, but it helps out a lot. In the movie, I tell you, the movie cuts off at a great point. The movie cuts off right when shit is starting to get maybe too crazy, but I appreciated that, man. Matthew Sutherland is the guy's name in the chair.
Oh, the dad.
Yeah, the dad. He was very good, man. Probably one of the most underrated actors in the movie. Had the least to work with and did some of the most. But yeah, man, the end of this movie just goes off, and at the very end, if you don't think that they're not taking this movie seriously, by the end of this movie, you will see that they are kind of like having fun with this. But I did appreciate, again, that the movie was completely humorous, almost borderline comedy, but really took it seriously in the moments and in the areas that it counted. And I think Ty West is just a very talented director, man. I think that he's pretty brilliant. And I really enjoyed this movie a lot. When I say that if we want to count this as horror, then yes, this is one of the movies that I was talking about that is making horror, this year, a good year for horror movies. And he's not done yet. He's got another one. This is a trilogy.
Oh, okay. So is there a sequel to X coming up?
Called Maxine. Is going to be set in the 80s. They already released, they're still shooting, I think. They haven't even started shooting yet, but it's been greenlit. It's been funded. And it's called Maxine.
Okay.
So this is going to be 1985. So this whole thing is the link between this trilogy really is not just Mia Goth's character of Pearl and Maxine, but also these new stages in pornography.
That's what I figure.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, man. But go ahead, man.
What was I going to say? Where does this take place? Is it Texas?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I was like, was X taking place in Texas and they're on the same farm?
I think so.
Because her accent is so very Alabama. That's why I was very curious about that. So, like I said, I appreciate what went into it. There's real artistry behind it. It's not a cheap ass Jason Blum. She puts everything on the screen. There
was one scene where that must have been on her for about 3 minutes. Her delivering this monologue, uncut, and she was brilliant. A lot of people I don't know what people thought about her. They just thought she was just some weird chick. They thought she was cool. She's just a weird chick that takes weird movie projects, but she is brilliant, man. And I don't blame her for making this movie to show off her skills. It's a full price for me. Can't wait to see what they do next with this movie, Maxine.